I got about 6 days in between. So I ended up speaking to a lot of the senior players in the team, the coach, and they all said that, you batted as if you were playing a school match. This is not a school match. You need to learn to give respect to these world-class bowlers, and you need to just hang around there, give yourself some time. And in the next match, I went out. I was just hoping that I get picked for the next game, which I was. And the next game, I decided not to look at the scoreboard. I said, the only time I'm looking in the direction of the scoreboard is to look at the clock, because I had decided my target was that I'm going to bat for half an hour, not worrying about runs. And after half an hour, I got used to that pace, and I said, I can deal with this pace. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. And that changed my thinking. I scored 59 in that test match. And from there on, I never doubted my ability. But the first match, I thought it was my first and the last one.
What about fear in that lot? You've been able to overcome a lot of pain during your career.
But the first match, I thought it was my first and the last one.
What about fear in that lot? You've been able to overcome a lot of pain during your career.
In the same series, in the fourth test match, we were in a bad position. In the second innings, we were 34 for 4 wickets down, and with a day and a half to go. So I got hit on my nose when I was batting on 1. Later on, I realized that I had broken my nose. Everyone gathered, and then, you know what happens when Pakistan team is around you. There are bound to be some comments, and Javed Miandad was a tricky customer, and he said, "You've broken your nose. You can't be batting here. You have to go to the hospital." Knowing that one batsman goes to the hospital, there again they start to dominate. Yeah. And a doctor came. I iced my nose and I put a bandage and I continued batting. But that was again, I scored 58 in that match, and I batted for 4 more hours after that, which sort of helped us draw the series, because Pakistan had the most wonderful attack in the world. They were expected to thrash us 4-0, and to draw the series was kind of a which I got to know through English guys. It was a moral victory for us. So I only learned that word towards the end of my career, but it means a lot. So it was kind of a moral victory for us, and we were able to draw. But I became fearless after that.
Look, I think an interesting question here would be, you've had your highs and your lows, and you've been absolutely magnificent right through. How does one get up off the deck when things aren't going well?
I would like to share one experience with you here. It's a funny story, but completely out of the box, which we hadn't tried, and it did wonders for our team. We were playing against New Zealand, and Chris Keynes was bowling. This was in India, in Mohali, so in your hometown. The ball was reverse swinging, and Chris Keynes was virtually beating us 2-3 times an over. I was batting with Rahul Dravid, so the main batters were batting. We'd like to believe that we were the main batters. And we were getting beaten, and we were sort of clueless because we couldn't see the shine. Sometimes the surfaces are such that it becomes a little difficult to figure out which side is the shiny side and which is the rough side. Now, I expect all you guys to know what reverse swing is. Reverse swing is wherever the shiny side is, the ball starts to go in that direction. Even if the bowler wants the ball to go in the opposite direction, it will not go because of the imbalance and the surface of the ball. So Chris had started doing that, and I met with Rahul in the middle of the wicket, in the middle of the over. I said, I've got an idea. And he said, do you want to share it now or after the over? I said, I'll share with you after the over, but it can work. So Rahul said, okay, tell me now, what is your idea? I said to Rahul, I am closer to the bowler, and when he's walking back on the run-up, I need to stand here. When he's walking back onto his run-up, I would be watching him closely, and I'd be watching the ball. Which side is the shiny side and which side is the rough side? So Rahul said, then what happens after that? I said, whichever side is the shiny side, I will hold the bat in that hand. If he's going to bowl an outswinger, the bat is going to be in my left hand. If he's bowling in swinger, the bat is in my right hand at the non-striker's end. So that's the only time in my career when the batsman is ready to face the ball. He's not watching the bowler, he's watching the bat in my hand. So he's
very good.
So Rahul is watching me, and suddenly, you see a couple of cover drives being hit for boundaries, and on drives passing, piercing mid wicket and mid on, and Chris is like wondering. I mean, these guys were getting beaten a couple of times every over, and suddenly I'm giving away a couple of boundaries. There's definitely something wrong. So all the fielders were watching me because I was, watching Chris and not Rahul. And normally, no batsman stands facing the bowler. He would be like facing the other batter. And then I would quickly change the bat, and by then they had sort of figured out that there is something fishy. And Chris lost his momentum, he lost his rhythm, and he held the ball cross seam, and he bowled the ball, and instead of looking at Rahul or checking what has happened there, but my brother told me that can you imagine in 2011 you play the finals in Mumbai, which is your hometown, and you are doing a victory lap with that beautiful trophy in your hand. It's a matchless feeling. It's a priceless moment. We came close in 2003 and 96. 2003, unfortunately, we met Australia in the finals. So they played better cricket than us. Australia was used to tackling that pressure, dealing with that grand occasion. The journey started in 2007, and I started working towards my goal. And there were a lot of discussions about cricket and also away from cricket. We also discussed that the best way to get rid of our pressure is to start thinking that the country is with us, behind us, and not sitting on our top of our heads. Because to have billion people sitting on top of your heads, it's quite a weight to carry. But in the end, what my brother had told me in 2007 turned true. I mean, I was in Mumbai playing the finals, and then that was the biggest moment of my life to do that victory lap. Because I don't think any moment in my career comes close to that, because the entire country was celebrating, and that is what I had started cricket for. So I just felt that I had done that whole circle.
Outstanding circle there. You talked about the weight of a country. Pakistan played India in Adelaide, and all reports are that something like 1.8 billion people watched that match. The biggest audience for a cricket match in history. Just give us a little feel about that weight, and in your particular case, the adulation and the fame and the difficulties that go with it.
When India plays Pakistan, it's different. It's just like Australia plays England. It's different. And results do matter. It doesn't matter how you play, but results matter.
Yes.
And in 2003, that was I could say one of the most thrilling matches of my life. And when we played Pakistan in Centurion, my friend had actually started discussing about that game close to a year before the tournament started. I said, my friend, you do whatever you have to win this game. And once we won that game, I was saying that now we don't care. Whatever you want to do, you can go out and do. You lose to Kenya, Zimbabwe, whatever, we don't care. You've beaten Pakistan. So such is the significance of playing against Pakistan and winning. And I'm proud to say that we continue to hold 100% record. The pressure is really high. it tests your character. But in the end, it's worth it. And whenever you have a sore throat, you know that you've played Pakistan the previous day.
Yeah. Just revisit that, the adulation and the fame for us in Australia.